Hello all and welcome to Join the Planet's live stream on Join the Planet's Twitch channel. My name is Fernando Palomo. For those that don't know me, I've been in the sports business for over 25 years. Still young though, but over 25 years as a sports commentator all over Latin America and sometimes in your household, as well as the voice of one of the most famous video games out there. If you recognize me in Spanish, well, now it's my English version, and extremely honored to be here. We've all followed the campaign all over, right? All over social media, and we've seen the face of Leo Messi together in that Join the Planet campaign, and we know that we're here because of the big reveal that will, in a minute, be the center stage of this live stream. But I first of all would like to welcome the reason why we're here. The reason why we're here is the planet. We only have one. And the way that we connected with the person I'm about to introduce to my left side is because we are in complete understanding that we are in a time of need, that the world is in a time of need, that Earth needs us, and it needs us for us to save it. And we're here because of an invitation by Thomas Kimber, who has asked me to be here with him for this big reveal, for what's inside this box, which I have to tell you I have not seen, but we have again seen Leo Messi posing with this box. We're going to reveal it in a little bit, but again, Thomas, thank you so much for inviting me. Again, extremely honored to be here. We're here because of a cause, which I just mentioned, but also we're here because of you, because of what you have pushed behind this project, and what's in it will definitely show the effort that's gone into making this happen today. How are you?
Well, thank you, Fernando. I couldn't be more excited. It's been more than 2 years to bring us to this moment. And I want to be very clear. I feel honored because I represent a group of people that is working here behind the scenes, behind the cameras, that have been working day and night from Monday to Sunday non-stop to make this a reality, together with Leo Messi, which I'm sure it's going to inspire millions of people around the world. And I have the responsibility to be representing all of them here. So I wanted to start by thanking everyone, because it's been really overwhelming to see the talent, the passion, the commitment of the Join the Planet team behind everything we're going to be revealing today.
So again, I don't know what's inside the box, but I'm definitely curious to see, like many of you out there are curious to see what's here, what's in it. And we followed the campaign. I followed the campaign, and I knew about it once you called me and you asked me to be here with you. I knew what was going on. I knew that Leo had been involved, but I really don't know where did it start for you. Again, we have one planet Earth, and we're all close to the cause. We're all close to the idea that it needs our help. When did it start for you?
Well, maybe a short comment about my background. I live in a beautiful place called Puerto Varas in Patagonia. Have you been there?
I have not been to that side of Patagonia, though, but I've been.
It's an unbelievable place filled with nature, and I've been exploring the different regions of Patagonia since I've been very young. My mother's a photographer, so I've been going with her to exploring to see wild pumas, wild horses. And when you're connected, when you're exposed to that beautiful nature, you realize a certain connection, a very deep connection that all of us have, but we forget about it in our day-to-day lives. That is that connection to nature, to our own nature as well. And once you understand that, since I've been very young, I was decided and committed to dedicate my life through example and surrounding myself with people that want to take action, not just talk, but take action against the problems that we have around the world. And one of the key problems is our connection as human beings with nature, and how do we bridge that connection so that we can create the reality around us through tangible efforts that can help us restore that connection to nature and help us conserve nature. So I've been at that all my life through innovation, through different a very beautiful and very difficult entrepreneurial journey, which at the end of the day led me to the beautiful people that co-founded all of this beautiful effort that we're going to see today. And I'm get to sit here representing all the Join the Planet team today.
So I guess it's a cause that everybody will be in connection with. Nobody likes to live in a dirty house. Nobody likes to live with dirt in their house, or plastic in their living room, or plastic in their bedroom, but yet we allow it to happen on Earth.
Exactly, and one comment there. I think all of us, no matter if you are from New York or from Ghana or from India or from Argentina or wherever you're from, we feel deep down that pain that the world is suffering. And many of us try to cover our eyes. But if we allow that pain to flourish and we connect with the pain, the next feeling that's going to come is deep passion and a sense of purpose to actually heal that pain that we see.
Maybe sometimes we see that the action, it will be too much for us to take it as an individual, right? We can pick up a straw, a plastic straw, we can pick up a plastic bag or a plastic bottle and throw it away and recycle it, but is that enough? I mean, can we do more?
I think it's definitely enough, because it's not about that straw, it's about the attitude when you are, and the feeling behind the fact that you're actually doing that action. And that inspires others. And what better to have the person, Leo Messi, arguably the most famous person in the world, the legend, #1 in the sport, who is also an example of leadership, inspiring us all in actually saying that we need to and that we can make a difference in the world protecting our planet.
The cause is inspirational, and I definitely hope that one of you out there watching this, and the big reveal will be coming soon, this box will show something that is that will definitely inspire you to become an agent of change and connect with the cause yourself. It's inspiring to listen to you as well, but again, if people don't know what Join the Planet is, can you explain it to us?
Yes, I would love to explain this. Look, Join the Planet is a beautiful initiative that was created by a group of friends, okay, with a very clear goal, which is to bring awareness to millions of people around the world and actually reach the masses, do a cultural shift in understanding that we must protect our planet. But the key difference, what I see in Join the Planet, and the key characteristics is that it's done through action. And it's done in a very clear model that I'm going to explain now. So in order to explain what we do, there's two sides of this. And we're going to show a diagram now. We're showing there a diagram that you can see. On one side is the Join the Planet brand that is focused on turning discarded materials like fishing nets that are lying there in communities, in rivers, in oceans, like ropes, bottle caps, and many others, into works of art, into pieces that really inspire, that are very high quality, that you can put on your house, and you can connect and remember that impact in the planet. But that in its own is not enough. The key thing here is that is done together with key iconic leaders in the world. And who better to lead this effort than Leo Messi himself, which is, in my opinion at least, and I'm sure in most of people's opinions in the world, is the leader today that can inspire us in actually proving that you can be better and better and better. And he does it in his own leadership style as well.
So I heard about this a while back, and I knew about Messi and Join the Planet, and there was something going on. But you just mentioned upscalability, I guess, of the discarded material, works of art, and Messi. I'm just curious again.
Yeah,
I haven't seen what's inside the box, which I'm extremely, now I'm getting anxious to see it.
Yeah, I'll show you. Just hold on, because I'm also very excited to reveal this. You can't even imagine. I need to explain one more thing, which is very important. Because one thing, okay, you can take discarded material, you can create a work of art, and you can do it with such a powerful figure like Leo Messi. But we wanted to go even beyond that, because then when people start purchasing and having their own work of art in their houses, which we hope millions of people have it, then a portion of that income is then going directly to the second part, which is the Join the Planet Foundation. And Join the Planet Foundation receives income from Join the Planet, the brand, and these pieces of art that are actually a limited edition, which is we're going to show you. And that foundation is then funding initiatives around the world in both sides, in NGOs that are in Africa and Latin America and countries that are under development. It's very difficult to get funding. So the foundation is focused on getting the funding to those NGOs that are focusing on restoration, regeneration of the natural ecosystems with social integration. while at the same time helping fund innovators around the world that are creating solutions to the problems that we have. We have all of the solutions. The problem is that we need to support them and visibilize them. So the Join the Planet Foundation is focused on doing exactly that. So you have the best of both worlds. You have the power of an object like this, cleaning the world, or at least inspiring the people to also clean it, and also cleaning it, and funding this beautiful NGO and foundation that is helping to do what I just explained.
Now, this reminds me of one thing. Towards the end of our live stream, we're going to be answering, or he's going to be answering your questions. So please provide your questions on the chat, on the, you know how Twitch works. So just ask your question, and Thomas will do his best to give you an answer towards the end of the live stream. We will be in a couple of minutes revealing what, again, I could assume is a piece of art inside this box that becomes the iconic push to bring visibility to Join the Planet. And who better, I guess no one better exactly. than one of the most popular figures in the world, outside of the world of sports. Yeah. I would believe Leo Messi is one of the most popular people, the one of the most recognizable names in the world in this day and age. Who better to push a cause like this than him? But why did Messi and Join the Planet actually meet?
And here's the beautiful part, and thank you for that question, because there's a group of people that behind Join the Planet that when Leo found out about this, he felt so strongly and so passionately about his hometown, Rosario, and the Paraná River, that he felt passionately convinced that he wanted to help and give a hand to Rosario and help restore the natural environments around Rosario. So that's the first project that we started working on the value chain, with collecting the materials, but also with the Join the Planet Foundation. So now we're already actively working in Rosario, Leo Messi's hometown, together with Fundación Rosario, and a beautiful group of people there, so that can serve as a starting point of this, and then and Leo Messi wants to support in taking this globally so that we can replicate it all over the world.
You can't just do it in one place. I mean, when you have Leo Messi as your ambassador, is it correct to say it? It's global. This thing is going universal. Now, again, the big reveal coming up soon.
So it starts with Leo Messi's hometown.
That's what I was going to say. It's like that square meter theory, right?
Exactly.
You work on your area first.
And so you're from El Salvador, I'm from Chile. You need to start there. But if you have the visibility of Leo Messi, you can start there. But then you can help and push this to go global.
And I'm sure, again, many questions will come in the chat. Many people, again, that know about the cause and are connected with the idea of becoming agents of change so that we can actually save our planet Earth, would definitely now be thinking of how can they fund their projects in their home with Leo Messi's push and whatever is.
Exactly. I'm already excited to see it, don't you think?
Which, I mean, if you're talking a piece of art, I'm looking to see it.
Should we open it? No. I wanted it.
Why don't we? Are you ready to do it?
I'm ready. I think, but I don't want to do this because it's not my place to do it. I want to have the person reveal it. So, guys, if we can please show what's inside this box, and then we'll come back here.
Sumate a Join the Planet y hagamos juntos la jugada para cambiar el planeta.
Ahí está. So there it is.
Can you believe it?
Oh my, that is, but it's here then.
It's here.
I'll let you do it.
Okay.
I can't do it myself. I want to see it, but I can't do it myself.
It's been more than 2 years of work for this. There's been people working for almost 4 years, more than 3 years on this. Did you see that is? You can already see it in the video.
I was going to ask you again, or either roll the video again, but I want to see it first here. It's a boot.
It's not a boot. It's Messi's boot. It's Messi's left football shoe, the exact replica of Messi's boot That is the one that is scoring the goals, that is doing everything that you see every day.
With his signature.
Signed by him. So let's.
So that's a work of art in itself. Please do.
Oh, yeah,
There we
happy.
go. Wait. Can I?
Please, please, please.
No, this is
an important moment. And we have it right here. Ready for, and did you see that Leo opened the box like this?
You have to do it the same way he did
I
it.
feel like Leo now, like opening the box just like him.
Wait, it's got his signature too in the box.
Signed by him here in the box. Beautiful, very elegant box. And let's see what's inside it. Poof. Look at that.
I mean, I have less words in English than I do in Spanish, but
you can say it in Spanish. You can say it in Spanish. El botín de Leo Messi.
That's actually Leo Messi's left boot with his signature, as you can see.
It's signed by Leo here. It's signed in the box, and it's signed right on the boot. And there's
Can I lift it just a little?
Please do. You can feel the quality.
Now, what's it made of?
There's so much to tell you about this because it's a beautiful work of art. It's unique, but also it's full of stories. It's full of unique stories that reach to the bottom of our hearts because it connects to what we were talking about before. It's a symbol of hope. It's a symbol that we can and we must change the way we interact with our planet, and we need to come together.
It's a boot with a story and a purpose.
And a purpose, and that it also reminds Leo Messi's legacy. This is unique. It's going to be it's a limited edition. Not everyone will be able to have one of these. So it's very unique, and it's reminding Leo Messi's sports and leadership legacy, as well as having him remind us all that we must protect our planet. So you were asking about how it's made. And
I want to know what's it made of.
Okay, this is a 100% recycled product, but not only recycled. Let me show you some images that you'll see there, because one thing is to say this is recycled, but another thing is to get involved in the whole value chain and go out there, and you'll see now, and I'll show you some images of how you collect. You can go out and you see in all rural communities around the world, there's a big problem with dealing in infrastructure waste, for waste management. And there's a lot of communities that don't have access to opportunities to actually do something about that. So at the end of the day, it ends up in the riverbeds, it ends up in the ocean, ends up in nature. And there's a lot of big plastic pollution problem. There's 8 million tons of plastic going into the oceans every year. I can go on and go on and go on. So as you can see in the images, we've coordinated. We started in Patagonia, we've worked in Rosario, and we've replicated this all over the world, in Asia, in India, in China, in Taiwan, in Ghana. In Rosario, of course, as you can see in some images there, coordinating and getting involved with local communities so that we can collect fishing nets that are out there that normally make a big, big mess in the ocean and contaminate our waterways. With ropes, as you see right there in that image, that are made out of polypropylene, which is a type of plastic. With plastic, the
bottle caps, yeah.
The caps, also the detergents, those big bottles, and a bunch of other trash that is lying out there that is collected. And all of that, actually, I have it right here.
So that is actually what makes up the...
That is just half of the volume of material that goes into this beautiful work of art right here.
Now, again, you pick it up from one place, right? You pick it up from one place. It's a unique bottle, it's a unique boot. Now, people can, by purchasing the boot, also know where the material is coming from. There is a traceability aspect to it as well.
Very happy you asked that as well.
I think I know
You're
that.
a good journalist. You should become a journalist. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, I'm trying. For 25 years, I've been trying to become one, yeah. Improving day by day, I hope.
Yeah, you're doing very well, let me tell you. You should pursue that career. This is a beautiful thing because normally it's one thing to say this is recycled and show some images, which is, I think, very relevant. But the next step on that is say, okay, prove it to me. And we've been developing for a long time a traceability system that we can see right there, where every person that owns one of these that is unique, it has a QR code and it has a code on it. You put it into the platform within the jointheplanet.earth website, and when you buy
jointheplanet.earth.
Jointheplanet.earth, and once you receive it, you can just scan a code, and you'll be able to see and you put the direction of where you purchased it, where you're from, and you'll see exactly where, who, and when each material was sourced, and you see it right there. All of that is put onto the blockchain, so it's unmodifiable, so it's completely transparent. And then the journey it took around the world in order to get to your hands, so we can show you every step that that material took in order to be turned into this beautiful Messi boot so that it can get to your hand. And if that weren't enough, we went one step further, which is very difficult to do, which is be fully transparent, because we know that we're not perfect. This is definitely not perfect, but it's the best effort we can possibly do. We are measuring and also transparenting and communicating our CO2 emission for this under 3 different scopes. You can see it right there on the screen. You have the CO2 emission that it was made for collecting the materials, the CO2 emission that was made for producing the materials, even the CO2 emission that the servers of the blockchain system uses, because that also emits emission because it is powered to the energy source, and finally also the emission that is done through the logistics by sending these boots to people around the world.
So there is not a mass production of this boot. Each one will be a singular piece of art. It's a unique piece of art. It's whoever purchases knows exactly where that boot came from. And no boot is identical to the other one.
Exactly. No boot is identical to the other one because the material that is sourced from and the place that it came from is different. At the same time, you can know exactly where it comes from, but it's also a unique item because it has a digital certification that is also put on blockchain. So it's yours. Fernando Palomo's boot is only Fernando Palomo's boot protected by blockchain.
It's actually Leo Messi's boot in my house. It will be.
Leo Messi and Fernando Palomo's boot together.
Yeah, together, yeah.
Exactly.
And you can trace it, and you can, well, it is amazing. And it is, again, if I turn it around, it's got Leo Messi's signature. It's the exact measurement of Messi's boot. And again, it's a cause, it's got a story, and most importantly, it has a purpose. And because I've just been told, sorry, I'm stuttering a bit, but I've just been told that there's a message.
Oh, yes.
From a good friend of Leo Messi that is also jumping behind the cause. This is
very exciting for all that join the planet. I'm sure for Leo Messi as well, because let's see it. But I think this is a representation of what's happening with this, because it's such a strong message that it even allows for something like what we're going to see now.
Hola Leo, mi hermano. Discúlpeme por mi español, pero estoy tan feliz y orgulloso para conocerte y pienso que su organización Join the Planet está increíble, and what you're doing is wonderful, and estoy un parte de su equipo siempre. All right.
Chris Martin from Coldplay. So Chris, excuse our English. And you did great.
Exactly.
Your Spanish is awesome.
Exactly.
That is amazing. So that's one proof of those that are jumping on board already, right behind Leo Messi's idea of helping the world save the planet through a piece of art that involves him and many others, I assume, will follow soon.
Yes, and I really want to thank Chris Martin because he sent that message as a friend of Leo, congratulating him for this beautiful project that he's leading. And as he rightly said there, this is as an inspiration. It's going to inspire a lot of people, and many other big leaders like Chris Martin, like of course Leo Messi, are going to be joining. Obviously, the captain of this whole movement is Leo Messi. So who doesn't want to be in Leo Messi's team?
Who doesn't want to be?
You need to be crazy
not in his boot, but with his boot.
Yeah, exactly.
That is for sure. So again, this where will this be available?
This, I'm glad you asked, because that's one of the beauty of
I want to have it. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, you must have one of these, because if you're not having, you're missing out. This is going to be, I think, it's a limited edition that obviously and has the digital certification. So obviously, as it's limited in time, it's going to be very valuable. Like when are we going to have another Leo Messi in history? He's unique. He's the Leo Messi. So this is his own boot, and you can find it worldwide. Every country in the world, you can get this. We've planned so much with the team here, the logistics, so that everyone on the planet can get a hold of one of these. And nothing, I just can't hold my emotion because it's been incredibly beautiful to get this to the world.
Again, you're watching at home, wherever you are, on Join the Planet's Twitch channel, you've logged into that, but there's also the webpage, jointheplanet.earth, where you can obviously get more information. I'm going to get more information from him as far as where I can get one of these great pieces of art. Again, your questions will be coming up. We're close to wrapping up. And before we go into the Q&As, I still have a couple of things to ask you, Thomas. You mentioned the Join the Planet Foundation at the beginning of it all. What is it and what work does it do?
Great. So that's Join the Planet Foundation has been one of the elements of Join the Planet that we have been working more intensely on, because it's a very relevant part of everything that we're doing. At the end of the day, as I said before, Messi's boot is a symbol. It's a symbol, it's something unique that you can have in your own house. So again, I invite you all to get one of these, because it's really, really, really beautiful and it's making a big impact. But one of the key focuses has been in creating all of the strategy, the impact strategy behind how do we actually go beyond the boot and actually take it into restoring and regenerating nature. And do it through people. Do it through people that are actively involved, that are choosing to lead in their own communities, like foundations and also innovators that are starting companies. So I think I'm very happy because a dear friend who is also leading the Join the Planet Foundation is the chairman of our board, has wide experience in the World Bank at COP28, and he's been leading different movements all of his life in the environmental space. Samir Suleimanov, which I would love to have him explain it directly.
Climate challenge is about finding approaches to continue human progress in a way that is in balance with nature and fair to people from all around the world. Human progress has achieved wonders, but also produced unintended consequences which need to be reversed. This is a very complex problem and requires complex solutions, but they are now possible. Join the Planet is a special project created to channel the inspiration that comes from Leo Messi and other sports legends and celebrities to support individuals and communities to champion such change. I am sure that our message will find and stimulate many such champions among hundreds of millions of followers from around the world. Thank you, and join the planet.
As short as the message is that Join the Planet is the name of the foundation as well, but it's inviting us to join the cause. It's inviting us to not call it a fight. It's got to be a movement.
It's the opposite of it's love. It needs to come from love, not from the division perspective of we are
it's
the
not
right.
A fight against.
There's nobody that's wrong and and others are right. We are all in it together. We're in the same problem. We're in the same reality. We're all part of it. So we need to come together from love, from empathy, from collaboration. We need to address the big challenges that we have around the world. And I think this is one example. This is not the solution by no means. This is one example that if we put this in our minds and we act passionately and we are convinced that we must change the reality we see around us, we can do it.
And again, it's just from the understanding of what we can do to help, and sometimes we feel overwhelmed about the big challenge ahead of us. How do we reduce the impact of climate change? Well, we do one thing at a time. We pick up one bottle cap at a time. And I think if we relay that to those that are out there listening, if you can relay that message to those around you, then the message just spreads automatically. And the reason Messi gets involved in these things is because he can do with his voice a lot of things.
And he's I think giving a strong message, because let me tell you one more thing that for me personally, I think it's so relevant. If you see the people that have the most visibility around the world, that have hundreds of millions of followers, and you see the subjects that they talk about, which are for their own communities very relevant, sports, beauty, etc., different subjects, they reach billions of people. But then if you see the other part, when you see the key subjects like the environment, biodiversity laws, immigration, so many relevant subjects, and you see the accounts that are being followed are very low, in 1 million followers or whatever. So if we get those leaders to speak about the relevant subjects, like, for example, the climate emergency, like the pollution in nature, like restoration and regeneration, then the world will want to have it because it's going to be cool. And having the coolest person in the world, like Leo Messi, leading that charge and inspiring all of the rest, I'm sure this is going to make a big difference around the world.
Climate change can be cool, right?
Well,
Just as this piece of art is.
The solutions for climate change need to be cool, exactly.
Just as this piece of art is, one that Leo Messi just revealed in front of the whole world, the ones watching us, and the ones that will watch after this live stream is over. Again, Join the Planet has met with Leo Messi to provide a solution to the world's problem, pollution problem. It's the solution becomes a boot that can send a message through its purpose because it's supporting a big cause. If you guys missed it, how about we just rolled the big reveal again? So we'll do a big reveal ×2.
I love it, because I can't get tired of watching that.
Sumate a Join the Planet y hagamos juntos la jugada para cambiar el planeta.
Again, that is the message, come and join the planet. So again, if we can recap for those that have joined us late, this idea, this movement became a reality through the connection between a foundation like Join the Planet and Leo Messi to create this boot made out of recycled plastic.
Again, yes, exactly. And just to explain it one more time, there's not only a foundation, that's the beauty of this, it has two sides. There's a brand that creates this beautiful work of art in conjunction or in partnership and as an ally with Leo Messi, as a first ambassador of this cause. Then in the future, many more probably will come and join Leo Messi's team in a way that is completely different, in a way that is upcycling and collecting materials around the world, hand by hand, together with the local communities in different parts of Asia, Latin America, starting with Rosario, Leo Messi's hometown, dear to his heart, cleaning the Paraná River, working with Fundación Rosario over there, and with the beautiful people of Rosario, and then taking that and replicating it all over the world. And using the funds of the people that purchase one of these works of art to actually fund the Join the Planet Foundation that in time is funding so many projects around the world that are regenerating nature, restoring the degraded lands with social integration at its core.
There you go. In a nutshell, that's what we have been speaking about over the past 35 or so minutes. Your questions are coming up. I do want to reiterate the fact that this is a unique piece of art, and it's got a traceability component to it as well. You know where this is coming from.
So there's two things.
Once you search it, it's got a QR code on the top. You search it, and you know exactly where the material was picked up to make the boot that you own.
Exactly. So again, there's two sides of that. The first one is the traceability. There's the double of this volume. Imagine two of these boxes mainly go into this boot, Messi's boot. So it's a lot of this discarded material that we're managing.
You're talking about what?
It's around 4 kilos of material.
So around 8 pounds. 4 kilos, 8 pounds. Yeah, I can do the math.
You can do the math. Yeah. You're much faster than I am. That's for sure. So you can turn that into this. So there's a lot of volume. Each person that gets one of these is going to be taking double of this almost into Messi's boot that they can have in their house as a reminder of Messi's legacy and as a reminder of the fact that we can change the world. And the second side, which is separate from what I just explained, is the uniqueness of this, because once you get one of these, you have a digital certificate on blockchain that makes you the only owner of this. So in time, as it's a limited edition, obviously, this will be very scarce and very unique. There's no two Leo Messis, as I said before.
There's not going to be two boots alike either.
There's not going to be two because it's connected to you. Different materials, and also only you. So you, Fernando, is going to own this digitally on blockchain because of the digital certificate.
And then the traceability of it is that the fact that you know where the material comes from, and material can come from many different places.
And you'll know exactly where through the traceability system.
And I'm hoping that it becomes just a worldwide campaign as well, and it's more Leo Messis that follow this this movement again and come and join the planet. So we have now I have a couple of questions. You can keep on sending the questions. We have time to answer them. So a couple of minutes before we finish the live stream. This one says the traceability, Thomas, all questions will be answered by you, by the way.
Happy to.
The traceability of logistics is tremendous, what we just spoke about, basically. What about the carbon footprint of the product?
Yes, so thank you to the user that asked that question, because it's a very, it's a very relevant one. Normally, one thing is to make a recycled object, which obviously is better than a virgin one, but that's definitely not enough, because we need to go through the entire value chain. And one of the key things is transportation. When you transport something, you and I got here somehow, by car, by train, by bus, by plane, and we emitted carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. And I think the first step is that we all must recognize that we are all emitting. By buying this shirt, by buying this jacket, by buying everything, you're emitting. The key question is, are we conscious of how much are we emitting of when we buy each thing that we buy? Just like when you go into the supermarket and you want to buy milk or soda or whatever you want to buy, back in the 80s, there was absolutely no clue of when I was buying something, what ingredients it had. I just bought a pack of milk or a bread or whatever. But there was a big social movement in those days that people were demanding the government in the US to know, I want to know how this bread or this milk or this whatever was made, this chocolate or whatever you want to buy. And then the FDA regulated, and now we are so used to go to the supermarket and we see the label and we see that it has X amount of protein and sugars and fats, and that it's made with this and this and this and this ingredient. So you as a consumer can make a conscious decision and say, I prefer to buy this over this because at least I have the information. Great. But wait, what happens now, 25, 30 years later? Now all society are conscious that there's a big problem in the planet and we are part of it because of our consumption. So as a consumer, I want to know how much I'm contaminating because I want to choose this over this one, this object or product over this one. And that's where it's so important to be transparent, because now at least we're saying, yes, we know we're emitting. Of course we're emitting. We're not isolated in a bubble. We're part of the system and we're part of this world. And that's why we are emitting, but we are showing you exactly how much we emit. Next step, which is actually part of the project, is offset those emissions with carbon bonds, with reforestation, which is very relevant. We can talk much more about that, but every boot that every person purchases, it's going to be offset. The carbon footprint will be offset. And obviously then there's a challenge internally in Join the Planet. How do we diminish that footprint in time so that ideally we can get close to zero? There's a lot of plans that we have around that. It's not easy. It's something that the world hasn't solved, but at least we're saying, hey, at least let's be transparent so that consumers can make an informed decision.
The consciousness behind giving the world back and replanting the world, for example, and reforestation is a key component to that. Another question, what does the digital certificate mean?
Well, I'm glad you asked, and I want to avoid confusions because there's two sides of blockchain here. One is the transparency with the traceability system, that you know exactly where the material came from and how it was made. That's one thing. There's another thing that it's as important, probably even more important for people that want to have one of these, which is the ownership. When you get one of these to your house, you're going to be owning the digital certificate based on blockchain technology that says that Fernando Palomo or Thomas Kimber, that I got one of these, I am the sole owner of this. So in the future, when there are very few of these, I'm going to be owning it. So it's not that then you can steal it from me and then you have that. No, you can steal that if you want. But if you don't steal if you don't steal my certificate, digital certificate, which is impossible to steal because it's on blockchain, then that has no value on its own. The value is that combination. That's a main value. So I think that's a very relevant one because you're going to know that you are owning 100% of this for yourself on the blockchain.
Again, for more information on all this, you can go to the webpage jointheplanet.earth, where you can find not only what Thomas has said, but also what you can find how to get in line to go and purchase one of these items.
You can go jointheplanet.earth everywhere around the world, wherever you are.
Do we get in line, or are they available now?
No, this is on March 15, the pre-sale will go live. Jointheplanet.earth.
March 15th, pre-sale go live. Let me just type that into my calendar too. Once you answer this question though, which percentage of sales go to the foundation?
Sorry?
Which percentage of sales go to the foundation?
So that's a very relevant one because there's, as I said before, there's a percentage of the sales that go by. One key thing here is that there's normally people don't talk about necessarily or directly about what percentage. And being complete, I think this is a very beautiful thing about this particular project because we really wanted to go an extra mile. And as I said before, the Join the Planet brand side is creating this beautiful object. And this beautiful object is sold to the world. And then 10% of that, which is a lot of this income, which goes way beyond of everything, or most of the things that I've seen. Normally, a lot of companies are doing incredible things, and I admire a lot doing 1% or so. We went 10 times over because we wanted to get as much funding as we possibly could to get it into the foundation so that foundation then can fund all of the projects around the world.
And then as we saw at the beginning, it's a cycle.
It's a cycle, so it's both are connected. The more objects of these are made, the more material we can collect. The more material we collect, the more we clean. The more people get one of these for their houses, the more income the foundation receives. And with the more income the foundation receives, the more investment we can make in the different communities and NGOs around the world. So it's a virtuous cycle.
It's a domino effect too, and it starts with one person providing the push for it to become visible and for it to go worldwide, and for that push to reach your household and your ideas and to reach your mind and your soul in particular, so you can actually spread the word. In the end, it's for our idea here is to spread it so that you guys can transfer it over to, you guys can take it to wherever you are. And at one point, just have this booth again clean a river in your household or close to your home. So after the Paraná River project, what comes next? That's another question.
So this is, as I was saying before, this is the first object that's coming and with Leo Messi, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be joining. So again, pre-sale the 15th of March. You can find it there. And you can, right? Yes, the pre-sale the 15th of March is in Planet Refi. You can find it in Planet Refi, and I'm so excited because it's just 15 days from now. So now everyone, please follow our social media, follow Join the Planet, follow Planet Refi, and you'll be able to see everything that's behind what we're doing.
So there it is. There you have it. The big reveal after many weeks of crossing paths with this on social media and seeing Messi's involvement with Join the Planet and what it was behind the idea, what was behind or inside the box, what purpose did it have. It's been so fascinating to share it with you, Thomas, again, and congratulations, because it is inspiring, it is contagious, and I hope that we have, through this 45 minutes, one half of a football game, by the way, we have been able to also share that with you, not also, but again, inspire you, I guess, to be part of the movement, to join the planet.
Yeah, that's it. Join the planet, and as Leo is saying, join his team, join the planet. And again, Fernando, I'm so happy and so grateful for you, getting all the way here, putting all your energy, your passion. At the end of the day, we're talking about all these big challenges that we have. And I believe people like you that have influence have a big responsibility as well. And you're actively choosing to use that position you're in to spread the word of beautiful projects. We're so much surrounded by bad news around the world that depresses us. But imagine having people like you, literally like you, inspiring us and showing us the beautiful side of things. We can all get so much hope. So it's not only about the Leo Messis here. It's about everyone. It's about everyone in their own communities. Journalists, you have a huge responsibility. Use it. You have a power. Inspire people. Tell us the good side of things. And everyone in their own communities. You don't need to be Leo Messi to make a big change. You can do a change in whatever you are. Speak to your bosses. Inspire them to start recycling. Stop using single-use plastics. Start actually inspiring people. There's a lot of things that you can do.
And again, be agents of change. There's as he said, I guess we'll turn it around. Let's make this an excess of optimism and let's start thinking that we can become parts of a part of what we need to do to change the world. And again, Thomas, inspiring,
Fernando.
contagious. There you have it, the big reveal. We have shown it. Thanks for joining us in this live stream on Join the Planet's Twitch channel. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you stay connected. I hope you follow the social media accounts, that we end up in one way or another making a change and becoming part of the team, and we join the planet as one single team. Thank you so very much, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you. Bien. Finito.